53507. It's our telethon.
Coming up next, Koshi and Nat are putting in overtime to take your donations as Sunrise comes to Telethon. Plus, a special performance from the teeny tiny Stevies. And are you ready for the Telethon Family Festival? Celebrities, watch out. The cream pies will be flying. And very soon, a special guest.
Hi, I'm going to be taking your calls at Telethon this weekend.
Wild because no one wants to get up so early. We're the only monks to do it. Well, not today. We have a special guest on Telethon this early in the morning. Michael Usher is here with the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese. Musher, Prime Minister.
Koshi, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese. Now, PM, I'm not sure I would have ever have thought in my wildest dreams I'd be interviewing a Prime Minister in his pyjamas. I'm guessing you wouldn't have thought you'd be sitting here in your pyjamas also. Tell us about the pyjamas.
It wasn't really on the to-do list, I've got to say. But young Emily and Ari, who I met a couple of weeks ago here, some of the fantastic Telethon kids. When you meet Emily, I don't know if have you met her, Michael?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Would you say no to her?
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
All of those kids are a force to be reckoned with, aren't they?
So this was a compromise, at least. Emily put it on me. You've got to wear pyjamas. I said, how about the pyjama top?
All right. Compromise.
Compromise. Here we go. So here I am for a very good cause.
Well, you've got to present the budget this week in Parliament, so could we perhaps see the Telethon pyjamas return in the House of Reps?
I don't think Jim Chalmers will give the budget on Tuesday night wearing Telethon pyjamas, but it certainly is a good cause.
Yeah, no, you're a good sport. A little later on, too, the PM's going to be in the phone room as well, taking some calls. We know you're a good sport. If you have any particular challenges for the Prime Minister as you call through and have a chat to him, what do we think? You up for a few push-ups, perhaps? A couple of planks?
We'll wait and see.
Well, if you've got...
I'm not giving a blanket yes to that.
We'll take it as a conditional yes. Anyway, if you have a challenge, but you will get the chance to speak to the PM in the phone room a little later on.
Look forward to it.
You've been here a few days now. I mean, Western Australia is a happy place for you after the election as well. What sense have you got about this incredible telethon spirit in the West?
Well, one of the things that strikes me about the West is its optimism. And whenever you hear it, it runs through the way that West Australians deal with challenges. They dealt with the pandemic. They dealt with other things that are thrown at them. But it's an optimistic culture here. And I've been here a few days. I was at the reception on Friday night, and then the Telethon Big Ball last night was just extraordinary. The feeling in the room of optimism, Hoodoo Gurus performing, everyone up there dancing. I go to a lot of serious functions that are black tie. Normally people are sitting there quietly in their spot. People were up dancing. It was fantastic.
And the good thing for Telethon, PM, is just the extraordinary amount of money, the generosity at every level. I mean, in the crowd here, you've got kids handing over $1, $2. And in the room you were in last night, tell me about... There's a dinner that was auctioned for you, right? What did it go for?
There was a dinner that went for a lazy $515,000.
Are you kidding?
A pretty substantial...
$515,000?
A pretty substantial contribution.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just great. But the thing about Telethon, and it's something about Australian culture as well. I used to work as a paperboy near the stock market in Sydney in the CBD. And it used to always strike me that in those days the Sun and the Mirror were the afternoon papers. They were 7 cents each. And you could tell the people who were visiting, the pensioners or people out shopping, they'd always give you the 10 cents or 20 cents and go, keep the change. It's often the people who have least who give most, and that's something about Australia's spirit as well. And the good thing here is whether people are giving 50 cents from their money box or people who can afford to give more are giving substantial donations. It unites the state of WA, I think.
And certainly punches above its weight too, doesn't it?
It certainly does. This is the biggest event of its kind, not just in Australia, but in the world.
All right. Well, look, we're going to have another chat to you as well shortly, and we're going to get a bit of money out of you as well, if you don't mind. I know you've come with a bit of generosity, so we'll talk about that when we come back next. Lovely chatting to you for now. Stay in your PJs on the couch. There's a pillow there too. I know you haven't been sleeping much either. If you want to have a lean sideways, you're more than welcome. We're going to go to an act now, though. Let's introduce Gabrielle Nash with Dust.
This is for 15 grand, Prime Minister. 15 grand. Just get on in there. I'm saying hello to the whole panel. Actually, it's probably better from the front, John. Just have a shot over there with the PM. Say good day to the Prime Minister.
I got off lightly. No, that's not going to happen.
So, no, don't sit down. We might have a security risk there, but so what did you get? 25 grand for coming out here, did you, in front of the PM?
I got 25 grand to walk on the beach and to come out here and be on TV.
Stay front on. Yeah, that's okay. Well, Prime Minister, Mankini Man, Prime Minister. So there you go.
There you go.
All right, good on you. Thank you very much for that. Thanks for coming on. All right.
Can I just deliver the cheque to you?
Deliver the cheque. Here we go. Do you want to give that to the PM, perhaps? Here we go. We've got the novelty cheque.
I've got one here at 10 grand for the walk.
That's 10 grand for the walk on the beach, yep.
Yeah, and another one.
We might.
Yeah. And hang on, you do the front, I'll do the back.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. We've got it worked out.
And if I can give you the real cheque.
Oh, good on you. Thank you very much.
And
good on you.
Also a few $100 in the tin. So.
Oh, isn't that great? And that's from people along the way. All right, good on you. Thank you very much. Good on you. All right, good on you, mate. Thank you very much. There you
Fantastic. Good on you, mate.
go. All right, here you go. That way. Front, don't turn back on. Just stay front on. No, he did it. All right, I don't know where... Well, that's Telethon for you.
Well,
Minister, there you go.
I've got to say, I'm so pleased that Emily just put it on me about the pyjamas.
Don't worry, there was discussion about a Mankini, but we saved you from that. So, but look at that, 2 good checks, and that's what it's all about. And this is the nice thing. Everyone, where everyone goes, that we go, everyone chucks a few coin in the tin as well and gets a bit of extra money. It's fantastic.
Fair bit of weight there too.
It is indeed. And we should welcome as well your lovely partner, Jodie Hayden's coming on. Come straight in, Evil. Ladies and gentlemen, Jodie.
Here we go.
Welcome to the couch here at Telethon. Yeah, lovely to have you here. We were talking with Anthony before about just the sentiment of Telethon in WA. You're at the ball last night, so you've certainly seen the high end of all of the giving as well. What's your impression of what happens here?
I think I said it last night that the West does it best, and they truly did. It was, for me, the atmosphere in the room was joyful, and it was just a great experience.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? There's a bit of business to go on as well, Prime Minister, whilst you're on the couch. We know that there's certainly there's generosity at all levels, but certainly from the federal government as well, and you're here to make an announcement.
There is, yes. The Australian government will contribute $6 million, the largest ever contribution to Telethon.
Fantastic.
And I think one of the things about Telethon as well, and why it's a national contribution, is it helps children and their families here in the West. But the research that's done helps kids not just in the rest of Australia, in the whole world. And WA does science and research so well. Yeah. And part of what comes out of Telethon is that change, medical breakthroughs, that can provide that permanent change going through. So congrats to all those that are involved.
Yeah. And thank you for $6 million as well from the Prime Minister and the government. So thank you very much for that. Well done. It's amazing. Jodie, it's been a whirlwind since Anthony became the Prime Minister, and for yourself as well, thrown right into it. I mean, you're getting to all these parts of Australia and seeing what happens, and then the past, I think, 4 or so days that you've been here and just seeing what's happening in Western Australia. It must be amazing.
That's right. I was living a pretty pedestrian life until I met Anthony, and it's been, I think, one of the positive opportunities in this is, as you say, to be able to travel and to spend time here in Western Australia, which is a state that, in the time I've been here, I think I could easily stay forever.
Well, you're welcome.
I love it.
You're very welcome. Is there a Western Lodge we could build or something? Is it?
Here's an idea.
Yeah.
You got another announcement?
Well, we had a holiday here in Broome. I ended up doing a bit of work. I ended up opening an art exhibition and doing some Indigenous radio up in the Kimberley, promoting The Voice. but it's always such a welcoming place.
Yeah, it's good. Well, you are welcome back anytime. Welcome to holiday. Welcome to stay for a while as well. So lovely to have you on the couch. Jody, thank you so much for coming in as well. Lovely.
And I've got to say, Michael, though, were I to wear a mankini, I don't think I'd be welcome back.
No, in WA, yes, you would. Yes,
that.
you would. You would. But in your pyjamas, that's spot on. PM in his pyjamas on the couch. That is what Telethon's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us here.
Look forward to taking some calls from people.
Going to the call centre shortly, so please. And he hasn't quite committed to it, but the PM's up for a challenge if you want to call one in. We'll see. Don't suggest a mankini, whatever you do.
No.
So,
that's a human rights issue.
Yeah, Jody, Prime Minister, thanks so much.
You're welcome, Michael.
It's a human rights issue. Thanks for being here as well. All righty, time to get a little bit loud here on Telethon this morning. In Japanese, Hanabi means fireworks, and this next group certainly has some explosive rhythms happening. This is St Hilda's Hanabi Taiko drumming. Ladies and gentlemen.